With the coronavirus going around, I'm actually going to take a second to talk about quarantine and self-isolation. But maybe not in the way you think. Today, on Tofer's Take. So, I've been around the block in Christianity for, a while. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Christianese here in a minute, like a phrase in Christianese, but let me explain what I meant a little bit. You see, I see so many Christians who are in the world, but not of the world. And, that's a Christianese phrase. It's loosely based off a verse in 1 John. And I've seen a lot of Christians who try to quarantine themselves or self-isolate themselves from the world. And what I mean by that is this. And yeah, I'm taking this to maybe a bit of extreme, maybe, reducto absurdum, but they won't go see Harry Potter because it's magic, and magic is of, the devil. They won't listen to secular music. They won't, wear Nike for some reason or another. They always have those Christian t-shirts on, and they seem like they're isolating themselves from the world. And because they want to be true in the world, but not of it. And I kind of respect their dedication, but I think they're wrong. I'll get to why I think they're wrong in just 1 second, but let's face it, we have Christian everything now. We have testaments, Christian breath mints. We have Christian movies in theaters. We have Pure Flix instead of Netflix. We even have a Christian Wrestling Federation and Christian music. Christian clothing. And I will admit, I am a fan of Christian metal. That's about all I listen to. But there's a reason for that. The reason is, if I listen to a lot of music, that deals with, that has vulgarity in it or talks about, being promiscuous, that's going to affect me. And, I've wrestled with language, my potty mouth sometimes. So if I can not listen to something that promotes that, I'm going to not listen to it. And I listen to Christian music, and I'm not saying all secular music or metal is bad. I'm not saying that. I mean, there's been times where, a song comes on the radio, like, I'll pick on Kiss, and I'll sing along with it, And I'm not saying we should ban all secular music as Christians. Please do not misunderstand that. I'm saying, as a personal choice for me and what I listen to in my own personal collection, I'm going to try to listen to Christian music. But we have Christian everything, it seems like. And this is where I think we get it wrong. About being in the world and not of the world. See, if you look back at the Gospels, well, not the Gospels, but the New Testament, Paul cited worldly philosophers or worldly poets. I think there's even some hints in the Old Testament that they were using worldly references and worldly points of view. You see, we are in the world, and I think that's what a lot of people miss. Is that, yeah, we are in the world. And instead of saying, oh, Star Wars is evil, I'm not going to watch Star Wars, why not use Star Wars? You know, and relate it to your faith in Christ. You know? Or the Matrix. Why not use that as a point of connection with somebody who doesn't believe? Why not be in the world, but not of the world? In that aspect. And I don't think we were meant to be isolationists as Christians or quarantined, from affecting the world. I mean, look throughout history. We'll see Christians, having an impact, having an effect on the world. You will see, I don't think we were meant to pull back. In fact, I think Christ, calls us to charge forward. When he says, go into all the world and be my witnesses. I think the disciples charge forward into the world. Because you don't get through the book of Acts before somebody quotes, those who have changed the world have come here also. You see, yes, we are in the world, but we are not of the world. We are not to think or act like the world thinks. We can't change the fact that we are still in this world. We still need to be relevant. We still need to relate and talk to the people around us. Even if we are not of the world, we are still in the world. And we should be able to relate to them in such a way. Such an honest and genuine way. They say, hey, there's something different about you. There's something to change in you. There's something that I don't see that is in this world, about you. Maybe even otherworldly about you. Yes, you are in this world, but you don't seem to be concerned or, of this world. And I'm not saying, we as Christians, we should go and be able to do whatever we want. No. Okay? Even with the virus going around, there's, precautions you have to take. Wash your hands. It's one of the major ones. Don't congregate, in big groups of people. And as Christians, you have to take precautions. Because we are in the world, but not of it. If we don't want the world to, affect us, we have to take precautions. To an extent. Not to the extreme extent where we're like, let's go buy all the toilet paper. But we need to safeguard ourselves. And I think it's a fine balance, between being in the world and not of the world. And I don't see a lot of Christians, trying to keep that balance. They're either way over here, isolating from the world, or they're, way over here on the other side where, everything's, permissible, everything's okay. If you want to sleep around before you get married, hey, that's okay. And there needs to be, a balance between being in the world, but not of the world. What does that balance look like for you in your life? I don't know. I know a little bit, about what it looks like in my life. I know that, I can't go far over here, in this way, but I can't go too far over here. And I think that's because everybody's different. We all have different things that challenge us, different things that we struggle with. Different things are going to pull us to be, over here and over there. I know that I'm okay going out and having a drink, you know, of alcohol. Maybe too, I know that's not going to affect me or my walk. I know some people, it would affect them in their walk. So I think the balance has to be one. The guidelines we have to protect ourselves have to be very personal. And a lot of the things that the Bible, isn't crystal clear on. I know that, language affects me. If I hear a lot of bad language, I know it might not affect everybody, But I just wanted to throw that out there, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I just made a little bit of sense. And hopefully I'll be seeing you all soon. Peace.